Oh my goodness. This is quite the clip that I have for you. We're going to talk about two things in this segment, okay? They're connected, though. The first is Kevin McCarthy being more aggressive towards Matt Gaetz than we've seen in quite some time. And he gets as far as saying, point blank, accusing Gaetz of sleeping with an underage girl, and saying Gaetz might be on something as they're clashing on the House floor. So we'll get to that. Is an interview after the little clash that we covered on the House floor. I think we covered it. Then we're going to look at Matt Gaetz, who put on, which, hey, you know me. I'm all about expressing oneself. And if you want to put a lot of makeup on and that makes you feel more beautiful, then go for it, Matt Gaetz. But that's what he did at his speech last night. And it's a stunning contrast between his real face and his makeup face. So first, let's do this. Kevin McCarthy, very upset with Matt Gaetz. Understandably so. But the fun thing is, we don't really have respect for either of these individuals. I would say if I had to pick one, Kevin McCarthy would be the one I pick, but it's picking between two bad options. And Kevin McCarthy has been clearly, unequivocally saying he believes that Matt Gaetz did indeed sleep with that underage girl. I will say up front, because it's important to note, that the Department of Justice did drop their investigation into that very situation. The ethics investigation in the House is still going on relating to that and illicit drug use. So there it is. It's been said. Here's this from CNN.
Get booed off.
So that's the way they
you would get booed off the stage.
That's the biggest challenge we have.
He said you would get booed off the stage. What's your response to him?
Well, he looks very unhinged. I mean, a lot of people have concerns about him. And I'm not sure if he was on something, but I do hope he gets the help that he needs. But more importantly, I hope the young women get the justice they deserve when it comes to him.
I mean, you're referring to the House Ethics Committee investigation that is ongoing.
Yeah, with his partner in jail because they paid underage women for sex and drugs. Yeah, that's what I'm referring to.
So he has denied all of that. I'm wondering, doesn't he deserve the presumption of innocence here?
Well, people are in jail. The women have confirmed it. He came to me. If I still wanted to be speaker, I could have done something illegal and stopped the ethics committee investigation that started 4 years before.
He told you to stop the ethics
investigation? Yeah, that's what the whole motion to vacate was about. He wanted me to engage and thought somehow I started this investigation. It started long before I was ever speaker. And as you know, as Congress, I don't get involved in ethics. It's an equal number. They could investigate me. It has to be its own arm and branch. And so he wanted to leverage me to try to do that. And if I didn't, he wanted to do a motion to vacate.
And he's denied that, of course, that he urged you to stop the investigation.
No, I had other members come to me. He came to me. I had other people who were on TV that he talked to. Yeah. Uh-huh. So no, there's no denying it.
Okay, so I've said it before. I don't need to go through this whole thing again because I want to talk about Matt Gaetz' makeup. That's important too, okay? So for the sake of time, we won't go through my whole spiel that I've gone through before in mini segments. If you find Matt Gaetz in the thumbnail, this was mentioned in it, but he had that investigation, sex trafficking, but it was dropped by the Department of Justice. The partner, alleged friend of Matt Gaetz, is in prison, and the ethics investigation is still going on. I've said it before too, when you look into, as we've gone through the details of before, all the different things, some confirmed, some not, about Matt Gaetz. He's just a bad guy, okay? We can say that without getting into specifics today. He's a bad guy. And he does have the presumption of innocence when it comes to the criminal allegations. And I'll leave that there. But, for all of these people's talk about how men just need to be men, and we need to get out of our society people like drag queens who want to put on so much makeup and dress in a feminine manner, and this is corrupting our American principles. We love American values like no drag queens, but not American values like our Constitution shouldn't be terminated, something that Trump has called for. Confusing ideology here. But take a look at this split screen. This is Matt Gaetz looking normal on the left. On the right, you have him during his speech at the RNC with so much makeup on, and I think someone pranked him. Was there a secret Luke Beasley show viewer who was hired to be the makeup artist for the RNC? Is this a prank against Matt Gaetz? Because look at those eyebrows. Wow. If you are not already subscribed to this channel, what are you doing? You're breaking my heart. But please do click that subscribe button. It's easy, it's free, and I appreciate it greatly. Back to the video. Let's look at some responses. You have just a little bit of the video here.
Inflation has gotten so bad, you can no longer bribe Democrat senators with cash alone. You have to use gold bars just so the bribes hold.
Referring there to Bob Menendez, who indeed was bribed, has been convicted, and Democrats want to see him held accountable, unlike whenever Republicans get into trouble and they say it's all witch hunt. Ron Filipkowski said, Gaetz got a little carried away with the Botox before his big speech. I think I disagree, Ron, okay? I think this is just makeup. But could be a combination. Oh gosh, this is just fun. You know, we've had a tough week. Let's have fun. Whatever you do in life, Adam Kinzinger says, do it the best you know how. The best you know how. But never, ever get Gaetz faced. Because the internet remembers hashtag Gaetz face. And then you can see there. I think he could have gotten away with it if it weren't for the eyebrow job. Because something is far too off. But again, that's America, baby. You want to express yourself with those eyebrows on fleek? Then you do it, Matt. I'm here for it. You have someone named Grant saying Drag Race regular season versus the All-Stars. And I've just remembered our podcast listeners can't see any of this. You're going to have to look up the images. If you just type, let's see here, Matt Gaetz makeup. Let's see if it pops up. Images, and yeah, you can find a photo that way if y'all really want to see it, podcast listeners. So that's that. But in this one, it's saying Drag Race regular season versus All Stars. Beautiful. And then you have the Lincoln Project saying the makeup work at this RNC. Is there another strike I'm not aware of? And by the way, Mr. J.D. Vance. See, this is what happens when you alienate a community being makeup artists that I think disproportionately, let's say this way. I think if you got a room of makeup artists together, most of them would not love the anti-drag queen rhetoric, right? I think most makeup artists are liberal enough. Maybe they're not hardcore drag queen viewers or drag show viewers, but they understand the art that's at work there. And I have no idea. But they're now upset with Republicans. So either they're hiring bad makeup artists or the ones that they hire are good but are pranking them. Because look at J.D. Vance's eyeliner. That is distinct. And then you have someone saying, and to think these guys want to ban drag queens. Jealous? No doubt. So I have no idea what's going on there. Maybe they're sort of trying to show Trump that they're supportive of his makeup regimen. They're supportive of the fact that he layers on an inch thick orange makeup every single day. And they want to show they're in line with that. We had people, I guess this year, putting on the little ear bandages in the crowd, which, with all my feelings towards Trump, I think that's kind of a cool show of solidarity. Sure. A little weirder for all the men to put on makeup, but as I said, we like breaking the rules, okay? We support it. Break those rules, Matt. Let me know what you thought of that in the comments. We have fun sometimes. We do, don't we? And if you want to get an extra episode of the show daily, you can do so by clicking the join button below.